but not in a way that I think is going to hurt my ears or her throat. Nice. Wow. Serious skill. Serious skill. I wonder if this is Australian. Aboriginal, maybe. So this guy's got some serious skills. I'm not a cellist, but I have been around excellent musicians a lot in my life. He's got some serious skill. He plays a lot of it just with his left hand, plucking from where he's... You know, on a string instrument, you have to press down on the string, just like on a guitar, except there's no frets, to change the pitch, right? To make the string shorter or longer and to change the pitch. And then you use the bow or plucking with your right hand to create the sounds. But he's creating a lot of this finger... There's a term for that guitarist used, finger plucking. I don't know what the term is. Anyway, he does that on the cello really, really well. And then the rhythmic complexity, oh my gosh. There's little parts of this clip where there's a meter, in other words, where there's a set sort of time signature or beats, beats per minute type of thing, beats per bar. And then in other parts, it's like almost like polyrhythms where you can't tell where the beat is. So that's very, very creative, very skillfully done. And I like the click a ping bar stuff. Mine sounded better. That he does in between. Yeah, very creative. I love it when people take a traditional art music instrument, or classical, it's not really the right term, but a traditional classical instrument like a cello or a violin or a flute or a grand piano, and they use it in a different way or combine it with different things to just make it more interesting and be creative. Awesome.
Here we go. I remember when I lost my mind. Yes!
There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo. So much space. Something like that.
That's cool. Okay.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Hello.
There was something so special about that place. Even though your emotion have an echo. So much space.
Nice.
I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah, there was always some pleasant about the place. Even your emotions kind of let go. So much space.
Okay, it went wrong there. Nice. That is cool. Yeah, I think the second guy impressed me the most. That copied, the first two. You can really work at that. There was a time when I realized, oh my gosh, I can't sing runs. Because I never had to. For the type of music that I sang, I never had to. And then I just sort of taught myself that flexibility to... Because what a quick riff or a run is, technically, is an open vowel with multiple quick pitch changes, which is much harder than if you say dooby 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 doop. Then the fact that there are consonants in between makes it much easier to to place the next pitch correctly. But yeah, if you have to do it on open vowel, you need to train that control in that muscle flexibility. And so yeah. And then the next guy, I was gonna say halfway through, oh, he's got more control, but then it went seriously wrong, unfortunately. And then the two girls in the subway, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Obviously the first girl was the best. The one that set the tone. Let me listen to it again.
Here we go. I remember when I lost my mind. Yes!
There was something so pleasant about that place.
No, she's very good at it. She's very good at that. Nice.
I have dreamt wide awake. I have dreamt with my heart. All I need is a break so that the real feelings start. 'Cause they've worked way too hard to be brought this yet. And to prove to the world I'm someone not to bargain. Only all my dreams go nowhere.
What?
I won't stop till the day that I finally get there. To see my favorite life somewhere on repeat. All I need from you now is to wake up and see I'm a star.
Wow, okay, so I need to listen to that again because there's a lot to say. I think my first impression is she does what young music theatre hopefuls think they need to do, which is create all sorts of funny space for different sounds. Of course, if you want to express in a musical, you are a character, right? I always say when I sing something from a musical, I'm not telling a story, I am the story, of course. So you need to be able to work out how to use your voice and apply your voice in different ways to suit the character that you are portraying in that song. So I get it. I know what the goal is, but I think sometimes the way they go about it in many traditional ways of teaching music theatre is a bit artificial. Like trying to set up the ha like in a certain way before singing a note. Obviously this girl is working on the song and she's not on the stage, but I mean some of her facial expression just doesn't match what she's singing at all because she's working at what is the setup that I have to have for this kind of sound. Nice voice, but it's inconsistent, I think. Let me listen again.
I have dreamt wide awake. I have dreamt with my heart. All I need is a break so that the real feelings start. 'Cause they've worked way too hard to be brought this yet. And to prove to the world I'm someone not to bargain. Only all my dreams go nowhere.
Forget what? No, she's good, eh? She's got some great skill. She has a good voice that I think she probably has been working on for a long time. She seems fairly young, but I think she's been working for a long time. I love the pop-ups of text that she puts in the video, like breathe, lol, and so on, because yeah, she didn't always breathe with enough intention, I think. I'm not criticizing her. This is just a first reaction. That's a very, very tricky song to sing. High A at the end. It's very high. The sound is a bit thin, but she does in that typical music theatre belt, but not in a way that I think is going to hurt my ears or her throat. Nice. Yeah, it's always interesting to me that people love making these kinds of videos in empty parking lot type spaces. The thing is, have you ever noticed that when you sing in the bathroom, like at home, in like the shower, you sing with so much confidence? That's because the sound bounces, right? The sound bounces around a lot in a typical bathroom where there's mostly tiled surfaces. So the sound bounces around like crazy. So you get this, your own ears gets all this extra feedback of your own voice bouncing around, which you don't get in a dry acoustic, like a very thick carpet, curtain, furniture kind of room, right? So that's what people get when they go into parking lots and sing. It's a cool effect, but I think it would be great if they could also do that in a studio into a microphone. Because then I would be able to tell how skillful they really are.
That was me 2 weeks ago. This is me now. It is 5 a.m. and I'm very sick, and I thought, this is an opportunity to do in the quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing, and the sky is clear and red. I'm gonna go get some aspirin.
Okay, so this is funny, obviously. I don't know. I've never seen very, very Vinny. So I don't know what he normally does. But he's obviously a bass. He obviously has a dark voice naturally. So I don't know that it's him in the first little bit singing like a girl. Maybe it is him. He could have that skill, but let me just listen again.
Me now. It is 5 a.m. and I'm very sick, and I thought, this is an opportunity to do in the quiet, misty morning, when the moon...
That's very low C sharp. Morning. Let me get closer to my microphone. Yeah, so that's very low. But for his voice type, that's where his voice, I think he is obviously trained himself, or he has been trained, because he sings it well, but that's where his voice is comfortable. Yeah, I think this guy's got some skills, got a really nice voice. Is he really sick? Maybe he's a little sick. It sounds a bit like a post-nasally kind of vibe. But yeah, it's so... Doesn't it just always affect us when somebody sings in those extreme lows, like, you know, that E flat and lower? It just always affects me. I don't know why.
You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Oh, see that girl, watch that scene. She is the dancing queen. Hey, yeah.
Yes, see. All right. If Grace Kinsler, if she really did that in one breath, that's pretty impressive. I didn't time it, but it's probably about like 20 seconds. But what is more impressive to me is what she does with her voice. The runs, she darkens the sound and then she brightens it up, and she places the sound differently in different parts of this, and obviously her own creative little riffs and runs in between a dancing queen. And she also covers about 2 octaves, which is really cool. Nice, Grace Kinsler. Nice.
I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven,
So her first comment was, "That's a unique voice." I don't think so. I've heard that kind of voice many times. What I do think is this guy has some mad skills. And he really sings with wide vowels, wide, like that, instead of wide, because that's the kind of sound that he wants to create. So he's very specific with the kind of sound that he makes. Yeah, and that little gruffliness in his sound, that takes some practice to be able to do that. And he does it really well, and he switches it on and off when he wants to. That little distortion thingy that he does. I think it's great. The sound is so open, so resonant, so specific, so emotional. Yeah, I think it's great. Nice. And this is Emily Kristen Morris. Oh, I've heard of her, I think. Yeah, that's the vocal coach. But yeah, the guy sang really well. Loved it. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Lots of little video clips of Instagram that I've never seen in my life, of a variety of types of singers and things. And proper first reactions. I haven't seen any of these before. So yeah, if there's anything that you would like me to take a look at, like links like that off Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or something short, yeah, send me a message. The link is below the video, where you can send me an email through your website, and I'd be happy to take a look at it. I actually enjoy not planning it, just receiving something and just doing a first reaction. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me, and until we see each other again, please take care of yourself. Before you go, let me just tell you about a brand new podcast that we have out on Spotify. It's called Voice Matters with Johan Bester. And then also a reminder of our Patreon community, which I'm inviting you to please consider to join. The links to both those things are in the description below.